Hi guys, and welcome to chapter 2 of Exciting Times with Johnny, the book Grace for President. So if you guys didn't look at part 1, I'll let you guys get some little bit catched up because we have more to read about the book. It's not a chapter book, but the title is Grace for President, so that gives you a little bit of clues about the video of how it will be. So, there is this girl, and when she went to look at all the president of the United States, she saw that there was no girls. So, she asked the teacher if they could start a presidential thing. I think it's like a little contest, seeing who will be running for president. And Grace was the girl in the story. She's the main character, Grace Campbell. And then the best boy, I think, in Woodrow Elementary School was named Thomas Cobb. And he always won the blue ribbon on everything. He was also very good at soccer. So now we're going to get a little bit more catched up on the story, Grace for President. All right, you guys ready? Then let's be continued. All right. Hope you guys like the rest of the story. So, the teachers put the names of all 50 states and the District of Columbia into a hat. Everyone except for Grace and Thomas got to choose a state. "I'm Texas," said Anthony. "I'm New Hampshire," said Rose. "I'm Michigan," said Robbie. "What does the number 16 mean?" Each state is assigned a number of all electoral votes. That number is determined by how many people live in that state, said Miss Barrington. "Each of you will be a representative for your state. Altogether, our country has 538 electoral votes," Mr. Waller explained. "One election day, the candidate who receives 270 electoral votes or more wins the election." "Why 270? asked Rose. "That's more than half of all of the electoral votes," Mr. Waller said. Becoming president really wasn't going to be so easy, Grace thought. Grace came up with campaign slogan, "Make history, vote for Grace Campbell for president." Thomas came up with his own campaign slogan, "Vote for Thomas Cobb, the best man for the job." Grace listened to what issues were important to the students, and she made a list of campaign promises. A peaceful school, no bullies. A cleaner school, no littering. Better hot lunches, no more fish steak tacos. Thomas made up his own list of promises. Grace made campaign posters and buttons. Thomas made posters and buttons too. Free tutoring, free soccer lessons, fish stick tacos every week. Each week, the teacher set aside time for candidates to meet with their constituents. Polls were taken. Voters were making their choices. Look at all the signs up here, guys. There's so many signs about Grace being president and Thomas for president. Let's see. Who do you guys think will be president? Thomas Cobb or Grace Campbell. We'll see. Grace continued to campaign. At recess, she gave speeches. During lunch, she handed out free cupcakes. After school, she held rallies. Meanwhile, Thomas wasn't worried. He had cleverly calculated that the boys held slightly more electoral votes than the girls. At recess, Thomas studied his spelling words. During lunch, he worked on his latest science experiment. After school, he played soccer. Even before the election, Grace made good on her promises. She joined the safety squad. She organized a school beautification committee, and she volunteered her time in the school cafeteria. In early November, Woodrow Wilson Elementary hosted a special Election Day assembly. Grace and Thomas took their places on stage as the school band began to play. Henry was the first respondent for approach the microphone. The Yellowhammer State of Alabama cast its 9 electoral votes for Thomas Cobb. Fletcher said, "The last frontier state of Alaska cast its 3 electoral votes for the best man for the job, Thomas Cobb." Hannah called out, "The Grand Canyon state of Arizona cast its 11 electoral votes for Grace Campbell." And so it went. State after state after state cast their electoral votes. The scoreboard in the gymnasium kept track of all the totals. The voting demonstration was quickly coming to an end. Clara approached the podium. The major state of Wisconsin cast its 10 votes for my best friend, Grace Campbell. Thomas has 268 points and Grace has 267 points. Grace looked at the scoreboard. Thomas had 268 electoral votes. She had 267. There was only one state still unaccounted for. Ooh, this is Wyoming. Thomas grinned. Grace felt sick. Sam walked up to the microphone. He looked at Thomas. He looked at Grace. He looked down at Grace's handmade flag. Sam didn't say a word. "What are you waiting for?" Thomas whispered. The band stopped playing. All eyes were on Wyoming. Finally, Sam cleared his throat. The equality state of Wyoming cast its 3 electoral votes for... Who do you think will be the president, everybody? Do you guys think it'll be Grace Campbell or Thomas Cobb? Tell me, guys. Right now, let me hear. Okay. Let's see if you guys are right. And it was Grace Campbell! The gymnasium erupted in loud cheers and a few boos. Miss Barrington approached the podium. With 270 electoral votes, the winner is Grace Campbell. Thomas looked stunned. Grace hugged Sam. "Why did you do it?" she asked. Sam handed Grace his flag. "Because," he said, "I thought you were the best person for the job." So Grace Campbell is the new president for the school, guys. The following week, students in Miss Barrington's class were preparing for their career day presentations. Grace volunteered to go first. She stood at the front of the room and glanced at the posters still hanging on the wall. "My name is Grace Campbell, and when I grow up, I'm going to be President of the United States." This time, everyone believed that she would. And there she is. Look, everybody. There is Grace when she grew up in the White House. In the end, that was the book Grace for President. What did you guys think? Were you guys cheering for Grace or Thomas? Well, I wasn't cheering for anybody because I was reading to you guys, but I was actually cheering for both and nobody at the same time because I wanted both to win. I didn't know who was going to win, but here already gives you already spoil. So this book is the spoiler book, Grace for President. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys liked it, actually, and if you guys were cheering for Grace that won, make sure to tell family members and friends to subscribe, give likes, and stay tuned. Bye!